Herzlich willkommen, meine Damen und Herren, bei einer neuen Ausgabe der DGWA News. Heute mit einem sehr interessanten Herrn und einer noch interessanteren Firma, nämlich Victor Rosenberg, und die Firma ist ClearVue. Was die genau machen und wer er ist, das wird er uns gleich selber sagen. So Victor, welcome to Frankfurt. I'm very happy that you are here. Please introduce yourself and your history.
Thank you. My name is Victor Rosenberg, the CEO and founder of ClearVue Technologies. My experience, actually, I'm a pharmacist by profession, and my first industry that I went into was the pharmaceutical industry, where we developed a range of pharmaceutical products. I also had a food business where we developed a new concept of food in tubes. And in 1983 at Energie in Germany, I won a world award for the development and convenience to the housewife. And now I'm in my current project, which is a sustainable product, which I believe is a product for the future. In fact, it is the future.
Okay, that was the introduction of you. Now please introduce your company and how did you come to this technology?
The business I'm in now, the current business I'm in now, I started and developed from scratch. I always believed the two most important sustainable factors would be the energy and, of course, the environment. If one could somehow put those two together within a product, it would be the product for the future. A, you need energy is always a problem. And B, we need to create an environment that's a healthy one, that we can all enjoy a healthier life. So I developed this a product using glass, because glass is a building material, it's very common. And we then put together a program of work, of research to develop the product. We initially started by making a small sample of 2 centimeter by 2 centimeter, just to see that whatever I'm trying to do is real. And in fact, we then saw we got some results. We then kept on putting money into the research until we have now produced a window, like a solar window, but it's highly efficient. It removes the UV and the infrared from passing through the window into the building or the room. We only let the visible light through.
So fortunately, you brought us a kind of sample. Can you please show with the sample how your technology works?
Absolutely. If you look at the technology, you can see here that it's triple glazed. You can see there's 3 pieces of glass. The technology lies in the middle, where you have a plastic PVB interlayer, which has our nano and micro particles. So the light comes in, the visible light goes through into the room, but the UV and infrared are trapped here in the middle. These nano and micro particles in the middle convert the UV to the infrared range and direct the infrared to the edge of the glass, where you have solar strips, where the infrared is converted into green energy.
So how should I imagine? Do we have then a lot of cables around the windows?
No, you will have one cable coming out of the window, which would be connected to a battery. But the latest iteration of the product, this new super multifunctional smart window, will have a battery within the window. So in fact, it'll be a major reduction in construction costs, in that you don't need to have cabling to the window and you don't need to have electrical contractors connecting anything. So it reduces costs by anything up to $1,000 a panel.
So to simplify, you produce windows which are able to produce electricity, right?
Right. And they reduce your energy costs from inside by 40%.
So Victor, we are here in Frankfurt. Your company is dual listed in Australia and in Germany. Why are you here in Germany? How important is the German or the European market for your company?
The German market and of course the European markets are very important for our business. They suit our business perfectly. They understand the product. They actually know the need for the product. There are new building regulations coming out next year which suit our product perfectly because they're looking for higher efficiency, and of course they want products that have functionality. That's very important. So we have clear glass and it's functional as well. The German market, to me, we've listed here as well now. I'm here in Germany to actually a road show to tell people that who we are, what we do, our business, and to start creating a bit of an interest in the company and hopefully start trading on the German stock exchange. And also we come here to look for capital raising. We want to establish an office in Germany, which would then be the main office for the whole of Europe. So that's my prime purpose of being in Germany today.
Okay, you maybe know that Germany is very green already. Can you imagine that you are not just sell your products in Germany or Europe, but that you also produce it somewhere in Germany or in Europe?
That is the ultimate aim. The ultimate aim is to have a licensee here. That's somebody who would distribute the product and also possibly manufacture the product in Germany. We do want to have a base here, not only an office, but we do want to have a base where we manufacture the product as well as distribute the product within Germany and possibly Europe. Yes. It's part of the master plan.
Okay, let's take a look on the timeline. When did you start? Where are we right now? And what comes next?
The real research program started in 2011. It's been going for probably 8 years already now. But we have successfully produced products. The product is available now for sale. We're currently going through the UL, which is the American certification program, as well as the IEC, which is the European certification program. It's a 4.5-month program, testing program. We're about halfway through. Once we have cleared and got the product certified, we will then look to start selling the product in Europe and the US, which will be by the end of the year, but probably by early next year.
Okay, let's talk about the target groups. What exactly is your target group? Manufacturers or building construction companies?
Our actual target group, well, the construction companies are our target, of course, but we need to get a business in place here. So we need to have people who will manufacture the product and distribute it. They are the people that will promote it. They are here, they are what we call feet on the ground, and they are the most important people for us. I will support them on a higher level, talking to the construction companies, talking to architects, but the basic support and representation of the company should come from our licensee here.
Victor, what happens to older buildings? Is your technology also used for older buildings? Can we upgrade them with your technology?
Absolutely. We can replace the windows in the building with, of course, our technology windows. You can't knock the buildings down, so the only way you can make them more efficient or to get a better star rating is by replacing the windows.
So you told me that you are producing the smartest building material, but can I imagine that this technology is also used for other things, like bus shelters or for cars?
Absolutely. In the terms of the bus shelters, it gives the traveller the 360-degree security because they can see through it, and it also is high-tech. It provides Wi-Fi and all the electronics. Infrastructure is another big application of the business. We talk about walkways, we talk about balustrades, we talk about skylights, infrastructure also, and road barriers. People actually don't want the concrete anymore. They actually prefer to have glass as the road barriers now. and we've been approached for that as well.
As you know, I'm a former market analyst, and I, of course, a shareholder of different companies. And what will you tell the potential shareholders? Why should we invest now in your company?
The reason why you should invest in our company, because we are the first in the world to have produced a clear glass that both produces power and is highly efficient. That's number one. Number two, it is part of the smart city explosion that's coming. Today, wherever you go, they all talk about smart cities, smart glass, smart window, smart fridges, everything's smart. And in Dubai, where I'm doing my first incubation program, they are spending about $2 billion to build a smart city. So we hope to be part of that. And all the big cities in the world, and even the big corporate companies, they have a social responsibility that they have to be seen to supporting the environment and, of course, making the place a cleaner living for all of us. They are good targets for us. Our product will also give the property, the building, a higher star rating because they get innovation credits if they use our product because it's a top innovation. That extra star rating on a property is worth a lot of money to the valuation of the property, and that's another big reason. And the third big reason is we are in the process now of working with a company called ARUP, A-R-U-P, which is a global engineering contract company. They work with all architects and builders in terms of design and structure and whatever else. They have just agreed to work with me to develop the smartest window globally. I want to now add extra smarts to our product, sensors, Wi-Fi, etc., into the product itself. We produce power. That power is sufficient to actually power all the electronics that you have in building management systems. That program is starting in August, and we hope to start having product ready by early next year. And that will be a first again.
Just to give the audience an overview about the size of this smart cities market.
Yes,
I read the numbers. It's 2.5 trillion US dollars. I will just translate it into German because we always have these troubles with Billion and Trillion. Auf Deutsch sind es 2,5 Billionen, also 2500 Milliarden US-Dollar. That's the size of this market.
Yes, the size of the smart city market, they talk of about 2.57 trillion US dollars by the year 2025. We're talking of within the next 5 to 6 years. That's the kind of money that's going to be expended in the smart city explosion. We are ready and want to be part of the smart city explosion.
So that are very huge numbers, and compared to this 2.5 trillion US dollars, the size of the market capitalization of your company is just 27 million US dollars or Australian dollars. So how come that your company is, the capitalization is so small?
Well, the real reason being in Australia, this technology doesn't have a competitive other business to compare to. So it's very new to Australia. But the fact is that in 14 months since listing, we have produced a product that's already available for market. We are finalizing our certification programs both in the US and Europe, so that by November this year we'll be certified, and sales will begin early in 2020. A company similar to this in the US is worth maybe 400 million. The problem here is in Australia, unfortunately, it's mining and This kind of technology is just not, they're not ready for this kind of technology. Europe and the US are ready for it, and they understand it. And that's why I've come to Germany to list on the German market, so we can get a real valuation for our company, because this is very hurtful. And in the US, we would get a good valuation as well, which will be representative of where the company is today.
You know, I did a lot of interviews in the last few years with different CEOs from different companies, and they were talking about share economy, share communities, and it seems to me that you really produce a sustainable product which is needed everywhere, right?
Absolutely. These are the products of the future. They're not here today, gone tomorrow. They're here forever. They'll get smarter, but it'll always be the window that has functionality. And that's what we have, and we're very proud of it.
So, Victor, this was a very, very interesting overview about your company and technology. Thank you for being here in Frankfurt.
My pleasure, and thank you very much, and thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you.
Das, meine Damen und Herren, war Victor Rosenberg von ClearVue, ein sehr interessanter Herr mit einer sehr interessanten Technologie, einer sehr interessanten Firma, wie ich meine. Wir bleiben natürlich dran, wir werden Sie weiterhin informieren auf der Webseite der DGWA, auf dem News-Channel, auf YouTube. Das blenden wir jeweils entsprechend hier noch ein. Wenn es neue Nachrichten gibt, dann werden Sie es auch entsprechend über den Nachrichtenverteiler erfahren. Ich bedanke mich bei Ihnen fürs Zuschauen und sage Dankeschön, bis zum nächsten Mal und auf Wiedersehen.